Hi guys, the next video I'm going to be explaining to you is the one about data collection for research papers, and this one you can find under your modules. So let's get started. First thing I want you to do is I want you to look at this video. It's a very brief video about how to work with sources. Alrighty. After you watch that, well, let me just explain what the data collection is. You're just finding information about your topic. And this can be in the form of journal articles, books, magazine articles, news stories, any kind of evidence you can use. You cannot deviate from what is on the databases. You must use only what is found in the library databases. Things like JSTOR, ProQuest, Gauge, EBSCO, any of these are credible sources that you can use for your papers. Now, what is it you're looking for exactly? You're looking for background information, you're looking for history about your topic, you're looking for a general overview about the topic, anything that gives you lots and lots of information about your topic. You also want to look for things like logos, statistics, data, case studies, reliable information. It has to be something that is of a reliable nature. Do not look for any articles that have too much pathos in them, because those pathos usually in this kinds of data collecting is not useful. You want to look for something that has solid information. And you want to look at the ethos. Who is this author of this article? Can you believe this person? Is this person credible? Is this person giving you information that is worthy of your time? So anything that gives credibility to the author, you're looking at the credibility of who this person is, why this person sat down to write this article. And you also, this is super important, you also want to see if you can find any arguments, any articles that have arguments against your claim. Why is this important? Well, this could be useful for your counter arguments. So make sure that you find things that are against your claim as well. That way you can use it for your counter argument, and it's only going to bolster your paper even more. You also want to find articles that have possible solutions to your problem. What is it that they are offering as far as a solution? So make sure that you keep an eye out for things like that. All right, and what are the steps in your collecting of your data? Well, first of all, of course, you have to read the article. Now, I'm hoping that by now you have decided on the articles that you're going to be using for your paper. If you have not, make sure you start reading some more articles. Do not read word for word if they are very lengthy articles. Within the first 2 paragraphs, you should know whether it's going to be something that is going to suit your needs or if it's not. After you find 2 sources, remember you were looking for 2 sources. Once you find 2 sources, if you would like, this is not mandatory, but if you want to print them, that way you can highlight them. If you're a visual person, that way, if you're a tactile person, that way you want it on paper, please print them. And then you can go back and highlight important quotes. If you do not need to print them, merely save them onto your Google Drive, all right? And once you have them in your Google Drive, you can have them there ready for you. So if you are, let me show you, for example, some of mine when I was working on my thesis. You create a tab for them. Once you open them, you have them here, and you can always copy and paste them from your actual drive. Alrighty, so that's just one example. So make sure that you have either or. You can either have them on paper or you can have them on your Google Drive, whatever works for you best. And then by now, you need to start deciding where you will use these quotes. Now, this is something that you're going to do, of course, after you create your outline. So after you create your outline, you're going to have a basic framework of how you're going to structure your paper, how you're going to develop it, how you're going to make it very, very strong. Therefore, you need to decide which quotes will be suitable where. All right, so that's where this assignment is going to come in. You're going to organize your quotes in your data collection worksheet. All righty, and this is the actual worksheet that I have placed under your modules. This is going to be your next task. This will be due on Sunday at midnight. All right, and you are basically just going to be inputting information in here. In the first little box here, you are going to be typing in your author's last name and the page number from the PDF. Now remember, in one of the PowerPoints I had told you that when you download the article, make sure you download it as a PDF, because it's a PDF, you'll be able to get the actual page numbers from where it was published. So make sure that you get the PDF. If you're not getting the PDF, you're not going to be able to have the page numbers, and the page numbers are critical for when you cite, because that is how you tell your reader that you are not plagiarizing. All right. So here you're going to type the author's last name and the page number where you got the quote. All right. In this next box, you're going to be typing the actual quote exactly as it appears in the article, exactly word for word. Do not use ellipses unless it is a very lengthy quote and you're only going to need parts of the quote. Now remember, if you are going to use ellipses, you put the ellipses in brackets. Make sure you put quotation marks here. And then here, what is your opinion about this quote? What do you think you're going to say in your paper about the quote? So here is where you're going to, so it's very important if you find something that is contradictory to your own stance, make sure that you're going to say something here. I don't agree with this author because blah, 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 blah. Or I completely agree with this author because blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is. Now remember, this is just very informal. This is just for you to kind of get organized as far as your quotes and how you're going to use them in your paper. And here is where you're going to decide where you're going to place them. Are you going to place them in your counter argument, in your body, in your conclusion? And I just realized that I made an error here, not in your intro. We do not use quotes in the intro, so I need to go back and correct that. So not in your introduction, guys, but in your argument, is in your body, your conclusion. Where exactly are you going to put it? Body paragraph number 1, body paragraph number 2, body paragraph number 3. Wherever you think you're going to use it, make sure that you put it here in your body paragraph number 1, your counter argument, body paragraph number 2, your conclusion. Anywhere you think you're going to use it, make sure you put it here. And I stand corrected, neither in the conclusion either. So it's going to be either the counter argument or which specific body paragraph you're going to be using. All right. So this assignment is going to be due on Sunday. I will make the necessary corrections to this document, and then I will upload it for you. Thanks for watching.